it's a big shout out to D Rose. Big shout out to the Chicago Bulls for like doing what they did last weekend. Like that was one of the best rollouts I ever seen in terms 100%. Of retiring the jersey, showing him that love. And yes, he's from Chicago, so he deserves that. But like that was amazing. The social media content was amazing. So you got to give a shout out to Adidas, shout out to Chicago Bulls, shout out to all those people that were involved to make that weekend so special. I obviously played against him in the league. I remember my first time playing against him. It was my rookie year. So 2011, I think it was the year after he had his MVP year. Paul Westphal subbed me in with like 40 seconds left in the first half to end the half. And he's like, you know, Paul Westphal, rest in peace. He always would be like, remember my Kobe story? He's like, man, you got Kobe. So the D Rose, he's like, man, we need to stop. We need to stop. So we're going to put you in. I'm like,
guard MVP,
man, here we go
D-Rose.
again. Like, and then at this point, I'm already thinking of back in high school, how fast he was.
Yeah. Back
in college, I'm already thinking of the MVP D Rose. I'm like, so when I get subbed in, I'm thinking, man, just don't get blown by. Like I'm giving him so much space, and he really blew straight by me. Like I wasn't there. Luckily, he turned the ball over. We got like a 3-on-2. I think we got a layup. The half was over. So I did my job. I'm not saying I made him turn the ball over. Maybe he was going too fast for himself. Turned the ball over. We got a layup. I was like this, but that was one of the first times in my life. Not like obviously the Kobe story. I was a little scared too, because that was my favorite player, but just the MVP D Rose, me having to sit down at half court, having no help, looking behind me, like, is my guys in position to help? And I felt like right when I looked behind me, he just he blew straight past me. So that was my first interaction with him in the NBA. And that was just crazy. Luckily I think we got a layup out of it. Not to lie about it or anything. I believe we got a layup out of that, and we ended the half. So we're gonna have to try to find that.
We'll find that.
But fast forward, just competing against one of the best young players that ever played a game. It was always an honor going to the United Center, just seeing D Rose, him being from Chicago and always having that aura about him since high school. It was just unbelievable. And then like fast forward, I get traded to Cleveland. He signs with Cleveland. We happen to be, sitting on the plane next to each other the whole season until we got traded. So, D Rose don't really speak to a lot of people. He don't really conversate like that. So I was one of the guys he was always chopping it up with. We was in the front of the plane sitting next to each other. And it was so dope for me to be able to just chop it up with him, not even about basketball, but about life in general. If you don't know D Rose, he's a candy guy. I can't say if he's still a candy guy.
I've always heard
this. But he always had a bag of candy. And the funny thing about that, every road trip, he would just hand me a candy that I never seen before. Like whether it be some gummies, some hard candy, it was like to a point where I'm like, where are you getting these? Like I'm a candy guy too, but I've never seen these flavors. I've never seen these bags. And it sucks because I can't even tell you the brand of candy. It was just every time we sit right next to each other, he'll be like, here you go, IT. I'm like, some candy that I'd never seen. So it was super dope and I remember one time he gave me some candy. He's like, you can always go to a local CVS. They'll be in the back of the store. I remember we played the Washington Wizards one time, and I think he's available, but I'm still hurt at the time.
Yeah.
And me and him, we go to CVS across the street. This is me and D Rose. We go to CVS and he points out the candy like, this is where I go to get some of my little stash of candy. So
he's got the spots in the
bro,
city?
He got the spots. He got the bag of candy. He got the backpack full of just pulling out different candies at all times. So, that's one of the funny stories I got about D Rose.
Can we just debunk people are like, man, he's towards ACL because he's eating candy. It's like, he's not because he's eating candy. Like you said before, sometimes I think D Rose was faster than he thought he knew he was. Like his body.
He definitely was. His body, he couldn't. There's no way he knew how fast he was and how explosive he was. And to be under control with doing that. Like at the same time, it's like if he didn't get hurt, obviously he had an amazing career, Hall of Fame career regardless.
Yeah.
If he didn't get hurt, he's the best point guard to ever play the game.
It's that same thing.
To me.
I think one of the most unique and like that period of time when he was healthy, like we were watching something special. Like if people younger fans are watching this, like people forget when LeBron and Bosh went to the Heat, people were like, game over, it's over. But the Bulls were number one in the East that season. MVP D Rose, youngest MVP ever, jumping out the gym. Like you said, his crossover, his first step was crazy to where he was almost falling over at certain points, and he would like place a hand on the ground and like hold his balance. It was
that's when he dropped Andre Miller. I remember that. That was in Philly. He dropped Andre Miller. There was one he dropped Tyreek Evans, one of my teammates. Like he was one of those guys that he was kind of like Barry Sanders in football. Like
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, Bo Jackson, just so strong and powerful, but under control with what he's doing. So, man, them 2010 to 2020, that decade of basketball with the guards, with the wings. I got one last story too. This one is good because this was a tough time during the Cleveland stretch when I was getting back. The team wasn't playing too well. You know, when you're on the LeBron team, like if you ain't playing too well, trade rumors start to go.
You're under microscope.
Everybody knows that trade deadline, half the team got traded. D-Wade, me, Jay Crowder, D Rose, half the team. We was in Cleveland. This was close to the deadline. I was struggling just because I was on one leg. I wasn't really myself. D Rose was coming in and out of the lineup. He was hurt as well. I remember we was playing, I think, the Houston Rockets. And it was a point in time where the crowd was booing, just the team in general. I remember I did a move to the hole. It was a clean move too. I didn't even think it was a travel. I got hit to the ground. They called travel. It was one of them things where I feel like the crowd was booing, not just me, but just us in general. And D Rose was at the substitution table, the scorers table. And I hit the ground. The horn went off. D Rose was subbing for me. And it was like a couple possessions where it just wasn't a good possession maybe for me. I remember him running from the scorers table all the way to the baseline to help me up. Like nobody helped me up, fam.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like nothing against my teammates. They might have been down at the other side of the floor, whatever the case may be. If we find that clip, he really jogged, ran over there, helped me up. And that was like a big moment in that situation because it was a tough situation for all of us, not just physically, but mentally. And that says a lot about the guy he is, the person he is, and he knew what I was going through. And then if you watch Book of Isaiah of what we do, obviously we documented all that things. I got a phone call right after I get traded. It's D Rose. And it's on the Book of Isaiah. And he's like, man, don't fight it, bro. Just find your joy, find your peace in this game. Don't fight it. This is coming from a guy that's been through this. Don't fight it. Just find your peace, find your happiness, because that's what matters most. And that was coming from, you know, the youngest MVP to ever do it. He's been through injuries. So when we're on the plane chopping it up, we're talking about injuries and all that. So like, I got nothing but real love for not just, like I say, I keep saying it, not just the basketball player, but the person D Rose was. Like, he was everything to me, not just to me, but to a lot of people growing up and playing basketball. He's one of them ones for sure.
Damn. That's awesome, man. Well, you guys are both legends and appreciate it from a fan. Just thank you for all that time. And I know raising my kid, he's going to watch current NBA, but also I'm pulling up those highlights from both you guys.
You got to. Shout out to D Rose. He signed the jersey for me. I got the jersey framed in the crib and all that. Like, I'm a real big D Rose fan, man. So I respect other people who, especially other players that treat everybody the same, whether they're a superstar or the last guy on the bench or a two-way guy. Like, that's one of those guys that does that.